Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is my normal Mommy Mondays time at 4 p.m. on Mondays. And I thought I'd get on and do a little live because, as I mentioned, BBTV, and he had encouraged me to do more lives. And I'm like, well, that's easy for me because what I'm struggling with right now is our bandwidth is not able to really quickly update you all and on three things, kind of some channel news. And then today was our first day of unschooling, homeschooling, back to whatever you want to call it, world schooling. I know I use every name in the book. It's really hard, but I'll get to that in a minute. And then a 35-week bump date as I get closer and closer to this little lady coming out of my body sooner than later. So back to kind of like channel stuff. Like I said, I know it's all over the place. This is kind of just turning into my daily, I'm like, should I change the name just to because that's what it's turning into. This channel has taken a lot of different things from what we originally planned for it, but I think any creator or YouTuber in that way. So suggestions, I'm always open, and I like just creating and having this to draw back on, and for my kids, and they get to see me when I was younger, and I get to get my thoughts out. That gives me some psychological comfort, is just getting my thoughts out. And I have a tendency to speak out loud. If anybody can relate to that, let's chat. Sometimes I tell a best friend, I'll be like, you know what, the most kind and loving thing you can do is just kind of let me piece together things almost like a puzzle. And so that's kind of my love language, and that's what I do for others, is just kind of let them keep their peace and listen. So thanks for listening. And I guess I'll get into the other big, which is today we attempted, and that's what the vlog was going to be about. And I've recorded all this great footage. But what I want to encourage you to do is, if you get any joy or smiles, which is my whole thing about sharing our lives, is I know that it brings joy to me. And it feels selfish to keep these cute kids and all the funny things they say and do all to myself. And once again, I feel better knowing that somewhere, something out of their little smiles and souls. So what the point I was trying to French chef's family, and I can now catalog all the cute things for each kid, and I'm loving that. So that's definitely, let's connect on there. And what's better too is that it's easier for me to keep up with comments and stuff like that. Private message me anything about flight attendant stuff or whatnot, life, unschooling, whatever. So the point being is that today I was doing all this and trying to create this vlog about our back to school thing. And what came about is that, so Nevada, we live in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is your first time joining. I have 3 other kids plus this baby in my belly. Oopala. And we have to homeschool our children. I call it natural learning, child-led learning. And I think that's how every family feels, right? It's kind of annoying to be put into any sort of thing. But at the same time, we are all the other kids in Nevada that are. So we were feeling maybe a little left behind with the girls were asking me like, well, so when do we start school again? And our nature school doesn't start for 2 more weeks, and we're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff this year. We're November, so stay tuned for that. And then we're going to have 2 other days a week that we are involved with our nature school family. So quite a bit more structure this year than even last year. And we'll just see how that goes. We're going to have a lot of help when baby comes, but I'll get to that in a minute with the bump date. And so the whole point was that today I was running around frantically trying to like make this happen for them, or some preconceived notion of like what it is to homeschool, even though we don't. It was just like, I just had this epiphany of like, Emily, why are you trying to like manufacture this when like basically your whole educational philosophy is that with kids, nothing really has to be like, it's not me who's like molding these days and this schooling experience or education into something. It's more or less that it's like a tandem, a give and take. They're showing me via what they're really interested in, and then I supply more experiences of the same, and via back and forth, and just try and expose them to as much as I can. Luckily, they're all still really young, so I have like a lot of flexibility, and I'm just learning right along with them. Like we'll see as it gets more intense, and like more like they need to know more stuff that I don't know and things like that. I do have a background in preschool and early childhood environments, so that helps a lot. And I read a lot about that kind of stuff and follow a lot of people. And so if you're ever looking for resources or anything like that, please once again hit me up on Instagram, and I'll be happy to show you some awesome books and great references and things like that. And I do document the stuff that we use over there, but at the same time, we don't follow a set curriculum. Just kind of go as we go. So the other things that are going on in our family is Alex is doing well at his job. Alex is a chef and here in Vegas, and everything's going well with that. And he's getting he just did his first, well, I shouldn't say his first, but I'm really, really proud of him. You should go follow him on Instagram at PapaChef44. /foodies, and he did like a live lesson, and it was so cool. He's so dynamic and charming, and that is where I always pictured him. And in fact, this channel was created to give Alex some more more ability to get comfortable in front of the camera. I think he has a way with food and his accent and his charm and his smile, and he's just really fun to watch and learn from as far as cooking, and really inspiring. So the only problem is I don't have much access to him, so that's what it kept like putting on to me to like keep this vlog going. And next thing you know, I'm like, well, let's talk about all the things that I do or like. And the flight attendant stuff got more popular, and then I was like, okay, da 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 da. So a little peek into the background of French Chef's family. But anyways, let's get on to the bump date. And like I said, follow along for any nature school and fun. The girls, they're just delightful every day. Juju's really excited about French right now and spelling, and I've gotten some fun things like that. Fifi is a creative genius. Like, holy cow, this kid cranks out so much art in any given day. It's pretty awe-inspiring. And so, I mean, Juju's right behind her, but Fifi, I don't know if it's something with 4-year-olds, but it's just crazy how much they can produce. And then Louis is so great with his letters. He knows all of his letters and he loves to read, and he's really turning into a little parakeet, with like French and English, and we can just read to him at night and he repeats. On to number 4. I'll move this little thing so we can kind of get a little bit of a bump in the picture for this one. This girl is large and in charge. Breeched, and we'll see how that goes. I am scheduled for C-section 4.5 weeks from now, and I'm going right into the 40 weeks. So that when I do go back to work as a flight attendant in December, that I'll have to work less. So they said, you know, you're just taking the risk that she could come a little bit earlier and you just have to have the C-section with whoever. And I don't know what I'm going back and forth saying that everything's going to be just great and everything's going to turn out just right. And then like, oh, I've never gone past 39 weeks. Who knows? Like, I don't know. Even though I've had 3 babies, I've never gone. I've had both Ophelia and Louis. I had them at 39 weeks, and then Juju came 3 weeks early. And anyway, so we'll see. What's your plan, little lady? Tell us. And like before and after she's due to come. So that is going to be amazing. I've never had my chef for longer than about 4 days when I have a baby, and it's always pretty stressful and like worried about him coming and going and being able to be there, and he just has to get right back into the swing of things. And we've never had very much support at his last position. Serendipitously, the restaurant is closing for those 3 weeks, so I'm just beyond thrilled to have both the time before leading up, because that's always super hard, you know, those last few weeks and days before the baby comes. I'm already like pretty tired lugging this child around, and then after the fact. So we're just going to create some great memories, and I really don't have any complaints, except that about like every 5th day, I'll have like a really hard day where like my ribs will hurt and I'll just be exhausted and my legs will be swollen and I just will feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't do it. I just can't do it. If this is how it's going to be, how am I going to last another month? And then lo and behold, like, you know, I'll just get some rest and do all the things that I need to do, and I'll feel much better for a few days. And so it just seems to be like an ebb and flow around that. And so today's a good day, feeling good, feeling fresh. I got up, showered after many days of no makeup and just feeling kind of like a bum. But so other than that, just wanted to say that I love and appreciate all of our viewers. And this is a real luxury that you're affording me to kind of experiment with the channel and see where it goes. I have to just trust that there is a reason that I have done this. And of course, it's just wonderful to have these videos for our family. But I am so appreciative of all the contacts and comments and everything that I've made over these last 18 months, or I guess almost 2 years that I've been doing this. And YouTube is a much harder game than I anticipated. And that's what Stefan at BBTV is just so funny. He's like, this isn't 2007 anymore. You can't just get on the camera and talk and be like a YouTuber. Like there's so much that goes into it. Oh, did she move? That'd be fun if I got someone camera. Yeah, it's just funny because it's like I never did it for really like a huge fame following or anything like that. I think I'd be I don't. ever want to be famous. That would be horrific. But I was more or less like, oh, this will be good for our family, good for my husband, good for me. Like, I need to break out of my shell. Believe it or not, here I am doing a live feed. And, just a couple years ago, I was like so nervous and anxious, like anybody would be just getting on camera. So I really have developed my skills that way, and we'll hope working on this, and this will be an experiment. He encouraged me to do even smaller snippets of things on YouTube, the way I do on Instagram. And so we'll see. So stay tuned. Hope everybody's enjoying their back to school. And I hope you didn't go back to school as soon as we did here in Nevada. I feel like it's way too early. It's still just August. It's 100 and something degrees out here. But hope wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, life is treating you well, and you're finding some time to yourself and take care of yourself. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. All right, bye.